So before I begin this video, I just want to give a shout out to Wire.Saints. He asked a question. I figured I'll just do this video. So thank you for the idea, and I hope you enjoy the video. What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and we are in the Model X studios. We are driving to work, and more on that later. But one of the viewers, shout out to you. I can't remember your name. I'm sorry, I suck at names. But I will put the comment on the video, asked about what it's like to drive the Yoke steering wheel. And I had answered and said that I posted a YouTube short, I think, or an Instagram short content, but I guess it was too short. And also I have more months of experience now, coming in closer to 1 year. But we're on the freeway or highway and we're about to exit. And I'm just gonna show you and talk through what I do when I'm driving the Yoke. So I'm now on the off ramp, getting off the highway, the freeway. And this is the part where it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say difficult, but just more effort. That's not even a word either, like that I could use, because it is. Once you drive with the Yoke, it becomes just like a steering wheel until you have to do like turns, or until you have to do U-turns. And so luckily I don't do a lot of U-turns, because it does take a little bit of extra effort compared to a steering wheel, and especially Tesla vehicles have horrible turn radius. So I have to go get some donuts for the morning meeting. So I thought this would be a good way to talk about how I drive with the Yoke steering wheel. And so for the most part, I'm using the bottom part of the Yoke where I could rest my arms, or not my arms, my hands or my wrist, or I rest it on top on long straightaways and long trips. But I still sometimes have to look down to press the turn signal. But yeah, for the most part, I kind of memorize where the location is, although it's been going on almost a year now. But as you see with that turn, I put my hand on the right turn, I put my hand on top of the steering wheel, and then just, I guess, assist it with my left. But usually one hand's at the bottom and the other hand is on the top. Now there's these horns here. I call them horns because they look like horns, and that's usually where I would set my two fingers or one finger to initiate the turn, while the other hand would grab onto the bottom. For the most part, I don't have to use the other hand. I could turn with one hand, but yeah, so like this is a little curve, I'll just, hold it up like this, or I'll use both hands. Because with steering wheels, I sometimes drive with two hands, sometimes I drive with one hand. But the one-handed driving is mainly on the freeway because you don't do a lot of turns. And so we're gonna come up on a right turn right now. And this is how I turn. See, I got it right here. And I could turn one-handed. It's like a little karate move or kung fu move. And then I'm gonna do left, and see, I could do one-handed. So it isn't too bad. I think it took like 3 days to kind of get used to it, but we're gonna pull in here real quick and get some donuts, and I'll continue to do the video once I get back. All right, so I got my donuts, and I think there's a good place, a parking lot, to try to demonstrate how it is to make a U-turn or bust a beep, as how we used to call it. I wonder if y'all still call it that, but anyway, so I'm gonna come up here and try to do a quick U-turn in the parking lot. And basically what I do is I could just grab the horn area here, or both hands under, and this is how I do it. And I switch over like this. It's hard for me to describe, but just watch what I'm doing. So that's it. That's a U-turn in a Yoke. and I'll do it again. Make sure there's no one here, but this is how I hold it, and then I turn, and then I just switch it over. It's not that bad. It's pretty simple. Now, although in the parking lot, this is a big angle that's available to me. So again, Teslas really have bad turn radius. So just watch yourself in different intersections and stuff. But that's how I do U-turns. Now I'm gonna make a left turn here to get out of the parking lot and go on our way. I'm gonna probably have to backtrack a little bit because I don't like to use the other freeway that's nearby. There's a lot of construction there. But see, I could hit the turn signals without looking for the most part now. And but sometimes I still have to look. There is a little divider between the turn signals, a little groove or speed bump, I don't know what you want to call it, but that separates the left and right turn signals. I still don't like where the horn placement is on this Yoke steering wheel. It's way too far up there, and I've mentioned in previous videos that whenever I needed to use it to, you know, alert the other driver, like, hey man, you're getting in my lane or you're about to hit me, it would take a second for me to press it, because I have to look down and look, and sometimes I forget it's on the right side, so I'm looking on the left, like, where is it? Oh, that's the high beam. Oh, there's the horn, and then that's when I press it. So it takes about a second, maybe even 2 seconds for me to press on the horn, and by that time it's like, why are you honking at me? It's like, nah man, you're about to hit me like 2 seconds ago. So that's one of the, well, I would say the biggest thing I don't like about the Yoke is the placement of the horn. I don't know why they didn't put it here, but this is the airbag, so maybe that's what it is. But in my Model Y, the airbag's there and the horn is there, so I don't know how they were able to do that. Is it because it's just a bigger surface area that they could mount the horn? But see how I made that left turn one-handed? So if I forget to talk through as I'm doing turns, just, I hope you could see it clearly in the camera, because it's like a natural thing now for me. So but I'll try to remember and try to talk through it. But yeah, it's like right now I'm gonna make a right turn, and this is another way I'm doing it as I'm inching. Whoop. Oh, go bro! Rev that exhaust, dude! Rev the engine! But yeah, so it's pretty easy. I mean, once you get the hang of it, I prefer it on long trips, but you could pretty much use anything on long trips because you're just driving straight, you know. So it's just the street that where it uses a lot of turns depending on where you're going. So this video is I want to talk about different things, like an update video on this one. And I wanted to talk about the Yoke steering wheel. Now, the reason why I'm in the Model X going to work is because the Model Y is not with me. And so I've recorded another clip, and I'm gonna load it now. And I'm in Montclair, California. And behind me is the Model Y Studios. But before I get into what I'm gonna be doing at this shop, I just wanna tell you a little story of what I had to do to get to this shop. Originally I planned on supercharging by the house and before I came here, because I got to leave the car for a couple of days. And when I got to the supercharging station, they were repaving it. So beware of that. If they're repaving the supercharging location, your GPS, your navigation is not going to tell you that it's unavailable, because I thought it was available. It was kind of odd that all 24 stations was open, so that was weird. But anyway, I went to 2 other locations and they were all full. And went to EVgo stations. Of course, they're broken. They're not fixing it. I don't know. It was just finally the third location. It was a little bit out of the way, but it was fine. I just wanted to get the state of charge up to about 70-ish% because it would have been like 40%. And this car is going to be staying here for a couple of days. And now we are at Innovative Auto Works in Montclair. This is a new shop I'm trying out. This is not a sponsored video. And it came recommended by 2 friends. One of them is Blue Beast. He has a blue Model 3 and he's done stuff here. And another friend of mine highly recommended this place. So I'm gonna check it out. And pretty much what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be wrapping the Model Y. So I'm not gonna reveal what that color is yet, but I had some other ideas that I spoke with Hassan, the owner of the shop, to work with me on some little different designs here and there. So I can't wait to show you all this idea, and hopefully in the next couple of days or next few days, end of the week probably, I could start showing you previews in short form content, maybe YouTube shorts or Instagram reels. So make sure you follow me on those channels. So I can't wait to show you what or how that turns out. I have some design ideas on the wrap that I talked with Hassan, so hopefully he could make it happen. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna try to stop by at the shop as they're working on it. Now, I did say I was going to do a 10,000 mile video for the Model X, but it's so close to the 1-year anniversary on the car that I'll probably just combine the 2 videos where it just becomes a 1-year ownership video. But after 10,000 miles, tire wear is normal. I mean, I've seen people post online and the inner part of their tire is wearing a lot, so it could be an alignment issue. But many people say that as when you're driving the Model X in the low suspension, you tend to wear out the tires quicker. And in previous models, I guess you can keep your suspension at a certain height regardless of the speed you're traveling. And so in the refresh Model X, you can't do that. It's after 35 miles an hour, it automatically sets itself, I think, to the low setting. Now there's an extra low setting, but it sets itself to low setting. So there's no way to change that, to set it to medium or normal or regular ride height. And so there's a couple of threads on the Facebook group whenever somebody asks with a refresh, like people with older generation X are gonna chime in and like, dude, just set it like this, set it like that, and they're not aware that you can't. In the refresh Model X, it's gonna set to low after you hit like 35 miles an hour. That's just the way the settings are. And they would show screenshots or photos of the settings. Our settings don't look like that. They don't look like that. The previous generation Model X, you can set the suspension to whatever you like, and it'll just stay that way until you change it yourself. But yeah, so far after more than 10,000 miles, I think we're close to 11,000. I might even be more than 11,000 at this point. The wear on the tires are still pretty even. No excessive wear in the inner part of the tire. No alignment issues. So stay tuned for that. Look out for that. So many videos I have to edit. But I'll get there eventually. So I hope you're enjoying the content. I recently released the EV Confessions episode 6. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. It's with a buddy of mine, Rafi. And he does online content as well, so go check out that video. Check out his content on Instagram, and I think he's also on TikTok. And then I went to the Santa Monica meet this past weekend. It was a pretty good turnout, 60 plus. I think it was 60 plus Teslas there. So stay tuned for that. I have to edit that. This weekend is the big North American meet in San Luis Obispo, and I think Elon Musk's mom, is gonna be one of the speakers there. Unfortunately, I cannot make it. I have more important things to handle, which is my son's 10th birthday, my youngest son. So it's just, these events are falling in the same day as I have already have plans for. Unfortunately, I wish I could go, because at that time, hopefully my wrap on the Y is done and I could get to show it off. But probably in a more future event. Then there's gonna be another one in August in Orange County, I believe. They're doing, I guess, donations and charity for one of the pet shelters in Orange County. I can't make it to that one either because one of our good friends is getting married. Yay! So we'll be in Vegas for that. So more than likely it'll be a Vegas video coming up. I know some of you like those Vegas videos. And then I'm gonna be torn to see which car I'm gonna take because both cars are gonna be wrapped. And yeah, I think I don't know. No, I'll take the Model X because this car is just more enjoyable in long trips. Not to say that the Model Y isn't enjoyable. Overall, EVs and particularly Tesla is a more enjoyable driving experience, in my opinion, than what I've had in the past. So, but yes, as you can see, I just rest my hands on top. Like, this is how I drive it. You know, so it's not that difficult to drive. I'm still working on editing the video for the Ultra EV event that occurred like a month ago, almost 2 months ago. So stay tuned for that. There's just a lot of content that I have to go through. The EV Confessions episode 7, I have on deck to edit. That's with Chichai or Richard, so you've seen him in a couple of videos with his Model 3. I still have to edit that, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on. Like this video, I'm gonna have to edit first because I want this to go out to give you just updates. So, but that's really about it. I hope I'm not forgetting anything because sometimes I forget after I record and I'm like, okay, I'll mention it in the next video or I'll do like post edits or whatever. But I apologize if I'm rambling on. It's difficult to record and drive at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you more insight on driving with a Yoke steering wheel. I don't think it's a big deal. If you have any more questions regarding the Yoke steering wheel, the Model X ownership, we're coming up on a year. Just ask, let me know. And I may even do a video about it. So shout out to the viewer. Thank you very much for giving me the idea for this video. And I can't wait to show you the Model Y wrap. I'm very excited, especially the little additions that I asked Hassan to figure out for me. But and hopefully they do a good job and I could recommend them. They're not a sponsor, but I hope they become a sponsor in the future. So because they do other things too, but I hope that they do a good job. I'll let y'all know. And that's really about it. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Let's try to push to 600. We're getting close to 600. Thank you again for your support. Thank you very much. And I'll see you all on the next one.